Okay, so now we've finished the plate, we're going to move on to another part to show you a few more features. So we're going to close the part file. We are going to change projects just so you get more used to changing them. So there we are in plate. I'm going to create a new one, single user again. This time we're going to call it bracket. Again, Inventor's managing all this for you. You don't need a library, so we're going to click finish. Yes to create it. It's changed the default, so we can finish that and create a new part. So once again, we've got a new sketch looking down on our part, and we want to create another rectangle. Again, we're not going to put the sizes in. We're going to set the geometry first, so again, vertically constrain the midpoint, and again horizontal on the side. Remember, this just made everything move symmetrically. Now we're ready to dimension, and this box is going to be 50mm by 50mm. Finish the sketch. We're going to extrude it 15mm straight up, and that's the basic part of our sketch. Now this time we're going to create the back of the bracket, so we're going to click on the top, new sketch. So now we're going to create a new sketch. Now it's important that we get the geometry underneath. So as you can see, the icons changed underneath there. Just to make sure that we get it right underneath, you can come up and then down, so you can see the solid purple lines there. That means there's only one dimension left to set, and that's this one. This is really important. If you ever change the size underneath that 50mm, then this bit's always going to meet up with it. So now we're just going to dimension the thickness 15. Let's make that 10. Okay, we can finish, and again we just want to extrude that back element, and want to extrude it 55 tool. Okay, home key to zoom out. So like before, when we put the fillets on, we can also do the same with the edges. Control click and chamfers. I'll make that 10. And we can have a fillet there of 5mm. We can create a cutout underneath, and we can either do that from drawing the shape on this face or on the bottom face. But I'm going to draw it here, so right click, new sketch, and again I'm going to draw a rectangle, and I'm going to make sure that I'm on the line, and again I'll set the geometry up first, so I want that midpoint with that midpoint, so that it moves symmetrically, and then good to go with my dimensioning. So 25mm and 5mm high. I can then select the geometry, extrude. I want to remove material, and I want to go all the way through. So I'll spin underneath. There you can see, sort of create a slot. Okay, so now I'm going to put a hole in. I'm just going to spin it around so I can see the back. I'm going to go there. my first reference is from this edge, 25mm, and from the bottom 55, and we're going to make a 20mm hole all the way through. And now this time I'm going to use linear again. The reference is going to be this back edge, 35. Use that 25. This time I'm going to change the parameters of the hole. So instead of being just a straight through hole, what I want this time is a hole with a counter bore. So I'm going to make the counter bore 15mm by 4mm deep, and the actual hole, and this time I'm going to have a threaded hole, so it's now brought up some extra dialogue. I want a metric thread. The size I'm going to have as 10mm. Okay, at the moment it's just got that as the thread depth, but I want to make the thread all the way through, and I can click apply. So now you can see I've got a threaded hole. And that's that part complete. Again, don't forget to save it, give it a proper name, check your spelling, bracket, and we finish that part.